There we go. See, and so now like as I move and stuff, or my character's like talking, it kind of has this like glow to it. Okay, so what do I want to, you know what I guess I could do is just send it the actual pipe PNG and then ask it to add some contents to it. Send this in here. I was thinking it would basically just be like a cloud. Like if this doesn't give me what I want, I could just make a cloud. Oh, I mean, that looks kind of nice. Yeah, okay, let's get a few variations of that. Okay, I like that, but I definitely want it to be a lot less subtle. I mean, I guess that's not very subtle, and it does add like the little fire. I don't want to get too crazy with the particles because I do need it to run. I thought it was already kind of laggy. Oh my god, no way, not like that. The dangers of AI. Okay, that is way too much. I was not expecting that much tar and smoke and stuff. I guess I could make this my avatar for like whenever I'm having a bad day. I'm just gonna take the first one and go with it. So I basically just want to isolate this. I don't really want to keep the particles, so I will create a transparent layer on top of it, and then we can use these curves here, here, there, here, here, and then so this is what the contents will be when I'm adding it. So like these highlights will be, I guess, where we want to light up. So I will add a new layer. So this will be the base contents, and then I can set a different color, like a dark brown. Yeah, something like this. So it's like tar, but like kind of dark. Yeah, there you go. Poop colored. That would be a good base, a good foundation, I think. And then it would be orange on top. So these are the base contents, and then I'll add a new layer and call this one the highlights. Okay, so now that I've selected the areas that I want to highlight, I can feather the selection, which makes the edges kind of blurry, let's say, so that when I add color, it's not explicitly in the borders like this. Go to select and then feather, and then I'm gonna say 8 pixels, hit OK. Now when I color, you'll see it'll like actually go beyond in like a feathery way. But so this lets me add some coloring for the highlights. Take the selection and shrink it, like let's say 16 pixels. No, that's too much. Let's say I want to shrink it by 8 pixels. Then I can change my brush to be like a brighter color and maybe more yellow and add that as like an inner highlight. So that way you get some embers. Now I can clip that. Clip it, but I actually want to do a better job. Shrink by 4 pixels, another 4, I guess. Shrink by another 4 pixels, and then do this. So then that way, the reason that these are split into 2 layers is I can use code to like programmatically make the layers sort of like shimmer like this, and suddenly maybe like go beyond, right? So first I'm going to add a sprite for the base content. So we add a sprite 2D, we go to quick load, base content. We want to have the code control the opacity of the lit contents based on a variable. So then we want to add a sprite 2D for the lit contents and attach that sprite. Oh, I forgot I called it embers. Cool, so you can see the layering is already active. Yeah, I believe we can use visibility modulate. Yeah, we can use modulate to set the opacity. I guess we should probably assign the lit content to a variable. What we want to do is, I guess, we'll make a function. We'll make a function called update brightness. Pretty good, right? Yep, thanks AI. All we want to do is just say every time brightness gets changed, we want to update the sprite. So what we're going to do is we're just going to use a getter, and that's it. At least in theory. So every time we update the brightness, we'll just update the this thing as well. Okay, so now if I go over here and I add the embers, I just have to scale them down a little bit. Not bad, I mean, looks all right. Okay, but now the problem is, I guess I can test it since the brightness will be, okay, yeah, look, the embers are actually off, so that's a good sign. Hello. Oh, there's a little bit of lag on one. Okay. Oh yeah, I guess now I just want to control it. Please use a sine wave to let me just read the code. Okay, yeah, I'm gonna trust that. If I just run play on this thing, then maybe that'll be enough. There we go. See, and so now like as I move and stuff, or my character's like talking, it kind of has this like glow to it. But I want it to look even cooler than that. So maybe I guess I can save my work here and then just call this like it is working and the embers turn on and off.